What's going on YouTube? This is Trevors. Happy Halloween to all my subscribers, new and old. Thank you for being around this long, and thank you for subscribing. So since it's Halloween, I figured I would share true stories that actually happened to me that I can't explain. I know I've said them on my video before, but I've never made an actual video about it. So I figured, screw it, make a video about or at least some of the stuff I've seen. We don't have time to go through everything that I've seen in my life because it'd be a lot. Am I crazy? I don't think so. Like I don't think I don't think I see things that aren't there. Or you know sound fucking Halloween. Anyways, so I'm gonna start with the first thing that I've ever seen that was weird. Something that I cannot explain. So back in the early 90s, right? When I was about, I don't know, 7 years old, I saw this floating orb. My dad, shout out to him, he printed something out real quick just for a reference. It was around this light, kind of looked like this. There's the light post, the orb, except the orb at the end was more pointy. They were like pointy. Now, drones weren't a thing then. At least not to us, to normal citizens. I don't think even the government had drones then. I have no idea. So this orb is circling around this light, and I'm 7. I'm on my first bike I ever owned. That's how I know I was like really young. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking up at it, and I wanted to throw a rock at it, but then I thought that might be a bad idea. So I'm watching it and it's just floating around. And then it goes in a perfect line without any sound to another light. And it's circling around that. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm watching it. And back then, we used to have these little cameras that you have to actually wind and click, and they have to be filming it, batteries in it. And I had one of those, but I didn't know where it was, and I wasn't gonna leave this thing alone because I was like, what the fuck? What is this? So uh, it starts going down this alley, and I know if I leave my yard, I'm getting an ass whoop, right? But I'm like, screw it, I have to follow this thing. So I go down this alley, I'm following it on my bike. Then it turns and it goes down this main road, and I'm like, if I go further, I'm getting a fucking beating. Like, so I just stopped, and that's the first crazy thing I've ever seen. In recent years, I talked to my dad, and apparently my dad said my mom said she saw red ones at the same fucking house. Except, no, next door, because I grew up in an apartment building, and then I moved to the house next door, kind of moving on up type thing. So, what was it? You know? And, yeah, so that's story one. No clue what it was. Like I said, it kind of looked like that. You know? I have no idea. So, okay. I'm trying to go in order of my life. Uh, so then that brings us to a small occasion. I don't think I've ever mentioned this on my channel. It's, none of these things were reoccurring, except for, well, maybe the orb thing was reoccurring, because later in life, when I was like 30, I was talking to my girlfriend on the phone, and we were walking around the town drinking, and my friend's puking, and this fucking thing, this small thing, just flies by the sky, and it looked like it was about to hit this brick building. So I ducked because I thought it was gonna smash right into it. So I was like, "Fuck, shit!" I swore. Wasn't supposed to swear in this video, and I'm not gonna edit anything. So, oh well. So I was like, Yeah, I thought it was gonna crash. It didn't crash. It kept going down. So I was like, my friend's puking. We're kind of near the police station. They built a new one, and I was like, I want to find this thing because what if this answers questions? What if one, it's crashed. Two, this might answer questions from like 7 to 30, like 20 fucking year thing that I don't know. But no, I didn't follow it. Brought my friend home. I took a cab home, and that was that. So I mean, could that have been a drone? I don't think so. I don't think personal drones go that fast. Could that have been government? Maybe. I don't know. That was, again, that's like not that long ago. That kind of somewhat recently happened ish. So I guess that's kind of goes together. Not really. Now let's go way back again to when I was about, I don't know, 15. So my friend was really into occult stuff, reading about it. He was really into Tool. Just because you're into Tool doesn't mean you're into occult. Tool's a fucking awesome. I was gonna wear my APC sweatshirt, but it's fucking too hot. Strange. Don't worry, it'll get cold soon. But so he was really into occult stuff. I've never seen him play the drums. I've never heard him sing, but I knew how he looked. And I remember going to his house one day to smoke, and he had like his own bowl, I think, and I had my own pipe, and he's sitting there. Now he had a speaker, right? I don't have anything to reference for this. So he had a speaker, and then a Ouija board. Now I don't really believe in Ouija boards, but maybe there is something to it because what happened was insane. So there was a Ouija board, and on top of that was a bucket. So you got to think of a big, large speaker, a Ouija board that you could kind of like break weed out on or whatever. It was sticking off of it, square. The speaker, Ouija board, bucket. There was a CD case. Back then we had CDs. We listened to CDs. Now I understand vibration. If something went off that, it would go like this and fall, right? This thing, the CD case, went poof, flying across his room. Now I'm sitting there and I'm like, and I look at that, I just watch it happen, and I'm like, I look at my friend now, I'm like, what the fuck? My friend sits back, and I'll never fucking forget this. It was so strange. He just goes, ho. Like, what the hell does that mean? Ho. Like, this is a usual thing for you. This happens every day? Oh, okay. Cool. Really, things fly around your house violently. It wasn't like it freaking took off. So it definitely wasn't vibration. And over this span of time when I was hanging out with this kid, he started to look like Maynard. He played the drums like the drummer from Maynard or from Tool, which I was like, what the, like, how is he so good? He started singing like him, and he started looking like him, like his facial, like, I swear it was fucking weird. And then he ended up getting arrested, or the cops came to his house or something, took his guns and some shit like that. Something went down, I forget. And we don't talk anymore. Pat, if you see this and then you know who I am, hit me up, man. I haven't heard from you in forever. Hopefully you're alive. Hopefully everything's good. Hopefully you're not murdering people. So, yeah, that's the story of the flying case off the Ouija board. Now, what is a Ouija board? I don't know. Maybe, do I believe in ghosts? Does anyone ever use that Ghost Tube app? I think that thing is set for, like, like, if you point at a chair or this couch, something's gonna show up on it because it knows it's a couch. If you covered it maybe or did something different, because I always have two things in the same spot all the time, and it's weird. But so now those are two, and this one's not well, actually, this is probably one of the most terrifying, but it goes kind of into the other thing about run. So when I was a teenager, I would hang out at this house, usually, get messed up, and walk home the usual way down this hill, this street. It's a big steep hill. At the bottom was this other street. I would go down that street, and then there was where I saw the UFO, and then my house. So I would walk this every single day for years, no problem. Now one night, I'm walking down this street. It's lit up. It's not nothing scary, but something told me run. In my head, something said run, and I'm like, why? Like that's stupid. Honestly, I gotta admit, at this time I was on a lot of drugs. Uh, Probably shouldn't nearly name them, but yeah, it told me to run, and then this car kind of seemed suspicious that was coming towards me. So I was like, okay, there's another car. I should have had a reference for this because it goes into something else. So a car is coming with me, and this car is coming towards me. So I said, I'm going to run next to this car that's going in the same direction. So I do that, and the car turns. I pass the car, and this other car that's coming towards me peels out, turns around, and I hear pop, 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 pop. And I'm fucking running. And I'm like, oh shit. And I run up to this driveway that, like, I act like it's my house. And I see this door. I open it. I don't give a fuck at this moment. I don't care. I just got shot at. So I go in, and it's a porch. And I just sit there for, like, I don't know, like, at least an hour, just sitting there being like, did that just happen? Now, my friend, who was either in jail or in, like, a juvenile detention, I don't know which, I forget which one, but he wasn't home. But his mother's boyfriend was there at the time. So I'm like, I just got to get to that house. And it's only like three houses down or two houses down. I'm not exactly sure. I forget. And so, is that a fucking something floating over me? Anyways, so after sitting there for a while, I think I'm good. So I run, book it to this dude, to my boy's house, and the dude was there. His name was Kurt. I forgot his name for like the longest time. And I'm like, dude, you need to walk me home. Because I wasn't leaving there without using someone as a decoy or armor. Like that, I know it's a messed up way of thinking, but think about it. You're a teenager. When you're a teen, well, when I was a teenager, I didn't give a fuck about anyone's else's life. I didn't even give a shit about mine. But when it's really put on the line, yeah, yeah, no, yeah. So I was like, dude, you need to walk me home. And I told him what happened. He didn't believe me. And that goes for everyone out there. You guys can take this shit as a grain of salt. Don't believe me, I don't care. But I figured since I've put these out there uh on my channel, I mean, if you look through old videos, I've talked about some of these situations before, but I never made it into a straight up vlog type video. So I wanted to do it, especially on Halloween, because they're weird. It's a really weird stuff. So I'm sitting there, I'm talking to him, and I will not leave him alone. So I'm like, so how's your day? What are you doing? And he's drinking a beer, and this dude was a scumbag, anyways. Probably some crackhead. I don't know. But I finally get him to walk me home, and I'm like, nice. So he's walking a little bit ahead of me, and I'm kind of like in the corner on the sidewalk, because in case I can dive or run into in someone else's yard, I'm going to. He's walking straight. He gets down to the car wash where this post is. Once I hit that, I fucking book it across the street. I'm at my house. I'm safe. I always wondered that car. Who did that? Was it blanks? Was it real? You know, was it really over an ounce? I owed someone for an ounce back in the day. And my ex girlfriend's new boyfriend was from New York. Really? I wonder what they think. How did they know from me? Like, they must have been like, how did he know? But I didn't see who was. I didn't see how many people were in the car. I didn't see anything. I didn't look at the plates. I mean, when you're in that situation, fight or flight, which there's no fight. When there's no fight, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Get hit by a car? Get shot at again? No, run. But something told me to run. So now we're gonna go years. Remember the run part, because years later, when I was like 20 something, I moved onto an Indian reservation. And one night, my mom is talking to this kid. I forget his name. He lived at the house for some reason, some Native American kid. And they were talking about ghosts, or not ghosts, sorry, shapeshifters. It was either gonna be about uh, shadow people. I was gonna bring that up, but that's a whole nother video onto its own. But so this night they're talking about shapeshifters, and I'm like, you guys are retarded. Ooh, probably shouldn't use that word. I'm like, you guys are stupid and dumb. There's no such thing. Technically, I'm kind of retarded though, so am I allowed to say it if I am? Like, I went to public school, stayed back, and they were like, no, you go to special school now. So I went to special schools and stuff. I actually rode a short bus. So yeah, okay, yeah, I'm just justifying myself. But you really probably shouldn't use words like that. I'm trying to stop using those type of words and saying, oh, that's GA, that, or UFA. You get where I'm getting at. I'm trying to stop using those because I don't mean it as in someone homosexual. I just, we grew up in different times. I have no problem with homosexual people. Uh, but these are words that I'm trying to stop saying. But anyways, I'm like, you guys are, dumb. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get drunk. I'm going to the casino. I'm gonna go play blackjack. So I leave the place. Now, I don't have reference for this. So it's very flat where I'm at. This place. It's very flat. And when I look across the street, there's people's. I mean, I can see in everyone's yard. I can see pretty much in everyone's house. It's a peeping Tom's wet dream. Because if there was a peeping Tom around, he would, holy shit, everything's open up. So, I look both ways before crossing a road. No one's out. I would have waved to him or some shit. So I go and I cross the street. And as I cross the street, I have to cut through a neighbor's yard. It's a grass top, and then it goes down, and that goes into the back of this little casino that brings me to a big casino. So I was like, all right. So I cross the street. As I get onto the grass, this it looked like a cat maybe, or a black squirrel, which I never saw one of those until I moved to this place. It freaked me out. I was like, what the usually they're gray. They're not black. Like, that's crazy. Anyways, it went over my feet and I didn't feel it, and I jumped back. And I go to look for it, and there's nothing there, and I look up. Now I got a reference for this. My dad also printed this out. And he wasn't all black. It was a raggedy trench coat. It was more like a leather tan ish. But he was wearing a freaking top hat. Who wears a top hat? Who wears a freaking top hat? Nobody. Like, seriously, who? So, I went to go walk up to. Cause I was very intrigued by the way they looked, where they came from. Cause I just crossed the street. No one was outside. No one was coming out any doors. I would have noticed someone in a freaking top hat. Okay, that stands out so much. As I go to walk towards them, I hear, "Run." Same thing I heard back in the day. And I was like, gone. Ran down that hill, went into the small casino, went to the big casino, got drunk. Tried to forget about that night, really. Didn't bring it up, and then years later, I talked to my mom about, because when I left Michigan, when I left there, yeah, it's too late now, right? When I left there, it wasn't good. Me and her weren't on good terms, and for years, for a while, we weren't on good terms. We would talk to each other, but usually it would always turn into an argument or something like that. So now, we're on good terms. Things are going well. But so in the later years, I told her about this, and she was like, "Wow, so you seen him?" I was like, "What do you mean, seen him? Other people have seen this too." Going back from years. I mean, when my mom was a kid, they saw someone like that. Explain it, because I can't. And those are the stories. I'm not going to try to keep you here too long. Those are like technically, I guess, four things that I cannot explain. Things that, like, what was the thing floating? What told me to run? Who the hell's the dude in the top hat? By the way, he looks similar to the dude, except now we're talking about shadow people. But when I have sleep paralysis, there used to be, well, not the worst sleep paralysis. Fuck it, I'll go into something else. All right, so the worst sleep paralysis I've ever had was at my old house, and I I'm laying there, and my door kicks in, and it looks like a Wolfman type thing, and I can't move. And I'm like, holy shit, this thing is huge, and it just looked at me, went like this, and just, and I could hear it crunching on my bones, and I fucking, I wake up, and I'm like, holy shit, that was the worst I've ever had it. Hopefully, if there is a third person God, please don't ever let that happen again, because that was too much. But every other time I've had sleep paralysis, it's a shadow person. That's what it looks like. At first, I used to be scared. One time in particular, I was just like, I ignore it, and I'm watching because my TV was on. My bed was facing towards my TV, so I could lay down and look at it. And I'm just staring at my TV. I'm like, I want to see if what's on TV is going to be on TV when I wake up, because then that proves something. It gives me more to go on. When I woke up, I'm looking, and yes, same thing's on TV. So you're half awake, half asleep type thing. Uh, yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. One time in sleep paralysis, uh, yeah, fuck it. Uh, I did some sassafras or Molly or what that was claimed to be Molly, right? Now, 4 days after that, I don't know if you would have any effects, or maybe it was 3 days. I don't think there'd be any effects of that could happen to you after doing a drug like that. I'm laying in my bed, and half of my body is numb. And when I mean half, I mean straight down, not cut, not halfway, but straight down. The top of my body, all the way down to my chest to my feet. The top part was completely numb. The back of it was not. My butt, my back was not. It was like someone sliced me in half, and part of the top was numb. And I started talking to this thing. Now, again, I was asleep, and so is this a dream or what? But this thing was as curious I was into it as it was into me. I said, "Can you see me?" It said, "No." It asked, "Can you see me?" I said, "No." I said, "Can you hurt me?" It said, "Yes." I said, "Are you going to hurt me?" It said, "No." I said, "Are you lying to me?" It said, "No." Again, how would I know, really? But that was a very strange thing. I kind of chalked that up to a dream, really. I mean, I, I don't know. But as I get older, you know, I do believe in other dimensions. So I don't know. I don't know. Was that just a dream? And speak, oh, we can again. I'm not going to get into dreams because that's a whole video onto its own. Again, you can look up old videos and hear me probably tell the same stuff, except that now I just wanted to make, you know, title the video the three of the, you know, creepy, strange things that have happened in my life that I cannot explain. So yeah, that's it for my Halloween. And I figured Halloween time, screw it, make it now. Release it on Halloween or make it. Oh, I made it on Halloween as of like right now, so it's like 5 in the morning, I think. And to make this video, I'll tell you one thing. You know how they say trick or treat? The thing to hold your device while you're recording, that thing snapped twice. Two parts broke. I had to. So I had a smaller tripod, and that part broke off. That I'm gonna have to glue back together or get a new one. It's probably like $5, whatever. The other one that I use, I screwed it on, and then I went to pop my device in, and that broke. I'm like, what the hell? So then, you know, I was like, I should smoke a cigarette before I do this because I don't want to, you know, smoke while I make this video. So I'm looking for a lighter. I can't find my lighter. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I just had the freaking thing. So it's like, you know, trick or treat. I'm being tricked all day. Screw. If that's how this day is gonna be, I'm going to bed. I ain't gonna deal with it. I'm gonna stay up for 24 hours. I'm just going to bed. Screw it. But no, I don't think that. I don't know. I ended up looking under my bed. I found two lighters. So I was like, ooh. And one I think is the same lighter that I lost. So not that bad. But like things breaking, I was like, God damn it! Like what the hell? Oh damn it! Damn it, Halloween. So yeah, no, that's the has anyone else ever seen something like this? Has something else ever have you ever listened? I don't know if that's intuition or what. I keep hearing like just little noises. It's weird. But yeah, so that's it. So thank you for the people that have just subscribed recently. I will be getting back to my Mortal Kombat videos very soon. My MK Mobile videos mainly. Uh, I'll be putting them up either this week or next week. I have two runs of well, yeah, there are two full runs. Well, full runs. Boss 100, 160 to 200 on Nightmare Tower. I don't know what happened to the original second run 100, which pisses me off because that's where you get a diamond card. I have no idea what happened to it. That makes me so angry. And then I'm like, I'm recording Shirai Ryu, which I should be doing that tower so much because there's MK1 Scorpion. Like I haven't even finished it once since it's been out, so that's my fault if I don't get them because I've had ample amount of time to get it. Like I should have finished a Shirai Ryu tower already. I haven't finished it, but we'll get back into that when it comes to those videos. I wanted just to make this vlog type video about things that have happened to me because I was gonna do this a long ass time ago. But I figured, you know, it's Halloween. Share some screwed up stuff that you cannot explain. I can't explain it. Some weird stuff that I just yeah can't explain. And my dad was nice enough to make some visuals. What I believe what was a shapeshifter. I mean, it wasn't anywhere else. There was no one out. We were just talking about shapeshifters too. It wasn't like this happened an hour after. Literally, I walk out the door. I'm like, you guys are stupid. closed the door, and this thing was like, hello. Went to walk up to it. I heard run, booked it. Because the last time I heard run was not a good thing. And then when I was like I said, 7, this thing, little orb. I don't know. So, shout out to my dad for helping me with, it literally took him like 2 seconds to like, bump, 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 bump. He's really good at art type stuff. So that was cool. So yeah, I don't know. You let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like, please. That helps out. If you're new, you want to subscribe. I might be making more of vlogish type videos of how, like, my life in general. I mean, I talk about that shit during my MK videos. I think that's why either some people love them or some people fucking hate them. I don't know. But yeah, I'll be getting back to that as normal. Also, I wanted to set up something for pool. I play pool a lot, or at least I played it more when I used to play a lot more than I do now. But I think it'd be really dope to have like pool shots set, or at least some cameras set up for my pool table. Let me. Holy shit, we're going on 31 minutes. Damn. All right. Yeah, it's a dope 9-footer. It's covered up right now. I got a nice cover for it because, you know, you don't want all that shit on it. We put a Christmas tree up on this thing. And I'm still picking this glitter crap out of it to this day. Kind of frustrating. To this day, I still see like little specks, and I'm like, God. So I have to like pick at it. But anyways, so yeah, that's it. So hopefully you guys have a good Halloween. Give people treats, not tricks. Don't be a, you know, an ass. Be nice. Anyway, stay safe. Be yourself. Till next time. Later.